Good afternoon, guys. I just wanted to take some time and show you this super early MSA that I'm working on. Serial number 31. From what I understand, they started with 2, and that means double neck. And yeah, in my mind, it's more closely related to a ZB than it is an MSA, just because of this kind of lever action that we have under here. Yeah, it's fascinating. There's you can have 2 raises, 2 lowers, and it's set up with 3 pedals on the E9 neck and then 5 on the back, so that's pretty standard. There's 2 knee levers that appear to be factory to me. This one is for the E9 neck, and then there's one more that mounts right here, and that's for the C6. But the gentleman who this is going to, he didn't want the lever on the C6. That's going to go in the case and go with it into the future. When I found the guitar, it had another homemade lever that mounted here and over here, and that lowered the E's. So this one is going to raise E's. This one's going to lower E's. I'm going to put that back in, but I wanted to get some videos before I put that in, just so you could see what these look like back in the day. From everything I can tell, these are the original mounts for your pull rods. Looks like they were double-decker, and some of them were shortened to just single height. You can see some of those came into play, having 2, one above the other, when you're have multiple pulls on the same string, like on that E string. And then, I don't know if there were any cases on this neck. No, I don't have any on the C6, where I had 2 on the same. But I did end up, oh, no, I take that back. On this one, I have 1 lowering, 1 raising on the C6 here. So those handy to have that above and below system. But you could see that there were a couple instances where they modified it and got rid of these clamps, and they bolted into the crossbars. So there's 2 on this neck, and then there's 3 on this neck. It's a little bit harder on the E9 because naturally the step in the steel makes it so that these changes are underneath. I had this thing all set up without the knee lever, and then the gentleman told me he wanted the knee lever, so I went back through and added it, and had to do quite a bit of swapping around parts, and gonna have to go back through and retune everything, but that won't be too bad. The end plate here, you can see later on, I know they opened these up, and I totally understand why. See, I just polished all this. Woohoo! But in order to get to the stops for the tuners, you have to go inside these holes and into the little stops, which are machine screws. And each one of those corresponds with one of these tubes that connect your crossbars. And when I got this, one of these was all apart, and the man who took it apart did not label which string and which slot they went in. So I had a heck of a time getting these happy. I ended up spending hours and hours with a file getting them so that they were happy. I got them as close as I could, but then I had to open some of them up in order to get these fingers happy. So as you can see, the fingers ride inside these tubes, and then either your lowers or your raises pull on that. There's and there's a joint in the finger, like it all pulls. It's not that different from what you'll see on a lot of different guitars, but just this way of doing it is kind of tedious and very precise. Yeah, I don't really love this changer design, but it is what it is, and it's a piece of history, and I'm sharing it with you guys. Um, yeah, I don't know how many of these examples exist. I've only seen a 12 string on the internet that was set up like this, with the flat kind of ZB style crossbars. But yeah, when I get this thing turned over, I'll take another video where you can see what I've done on the top. But yeah, super cool guitar, and it's coming out nice. When I started, it was a real mess. And I'm just kind of reusing all the parts that were here. I'm not really adding anything new, but I did have to do quite a bit of work to get what was here working the way it originally was working. There were strip screws in this aluminum piece, so I did some TIG welding and then drilling and tapping in order to get everything happy. Which it's very happy right now. I was playing it last night, and this thing, it's a powerhouse, hot pickup. Yeah, cool machine.